First qualifying session of the season, Dan Camish's Napa Racing UK Ford Focus suffered a fuel fire and halted the session as the marshals attended to the blaze and got through many a fire extinguisher. Fuel was sprayed onto the windscreen seconds before the conflagration.
Here we go, let's see if there's a touch. I don't think there is. No, he just loses it on the brakes.
Wow,
yeah.
Good save.
Yeah, very good save, yes.
Let's have a look in replay. Does this tell us, well, he's slow into red gates. Bits fly from other cars on the other. It's Colin Turkington in the lead of the race. Ash Sutton is on his toes up on the inside of Aidan Moffat there. And the field turns its way through. Rory Butcher is off the road. I'm afraid they're running out of road coming through. Surtees into McLaren Woods. One of the Hyundais off the road. That is Dan Lloyd. Into the gravel and back out again. Leads the way, and this was all seemingly self-induced by Jake.
He got out onto that outside line, which is just not as dry as the racing line. It worked earlier in the race when the track was all wet, but now the track's dried on line.
Sutton 9th and Dan Rowbottom 10th, and that was Rory Butcher getting it all sideways. It was a good save, pretty much.
It was a good save, but it cost him position, didn't it?
Yeah.
2 position.
Now let's have a look at the start of the race, because it all kicked off towards the back of the pack. Have a look. One of the Astras is slow away, Michael Crease, I think it was, and then Ash Hand gets involved, and then off the road goes Crease. So the two teammates involve one another, and then look, Bonnet up on one of the Infinities, and the sister Infinity. His chance to challenge on the inside. Hill covers that off as well, though.
Oh, but Hill slides wide. He went in too quick, and he spins. That's gifted second place to Camish, third to Butcher.
He was under attack from Dan Camish, and as they got up towards Druids, Jake covered off Camish, yes, but he braked so late on that slippery surface. He did his best to save it, but around it went.
He just went in a bit too quick.
It is Turkington second, and then for third, side by side, Bobby Thompson on the inside, and that's Rory Butcher running out of road, and that is Jason Plato in the gravel already.
There's traditionally a lot of bunching. Oh, he's still got Camish on the inside, so he will have to go to the outside of the track. Look how unsighted he does brake too late. He was just a little bit unsighted, trying to roll it in there.
And there is George Gamble on the back of Tom Ingram now, so they switch places. Butcher dives to the inside, clatters into the side of George Gamble, knocks it sideways.
There's a little bit of a tangle between Sutton and Turkington. Then they get all together. Turkington touches the back of Rowbottom's car. That pins Rowbottom into Camish across the road. Camish goes across the road, and Ingram is heavily delayed as well at the same time. On Ash Sutton that he did on Josh Cook in the first race, was that someone I saw flying off the road? It was. It's George Gamble. Just got turned around, didn't he? Coming out of, or the middle part of the Cobb sequence. Chilton was trying to get out the inside. This is on board with Jelly. Chilton's on the left and just tags the back of the BMW. Rear wheel drive, there's no way he can save it. And also going off.
Yeah, he lost 10 places on that lap. So there's the contact. Chilton gets into Jelly, and Ricky Collard goes off in avoidance.
Each of them needs to work together. This is the action. Oh, Jake was up the inside, but couldn't really stop the car. Slid into the side of Ingram, who had no option.
It's not been his weekend at all, and there was contact in this from Aaron Taylor-Smith that turns the Ford around at the chicane. And Dan Camish, if he can get going again, will be way, way down the order. Try to make a move.
Well, that's like inside the car. That's heart in the mouth stuff. But he's close.
Oh, Jason Plato goes wide, wide, wide. And look at all the grass filling the front of the car. A pit stop beckons, doesn't it, to get all that out? Now here's Stephen Jelly versus Ollie Jackson into the chicane. Jackson on the outside. There's going to be contact here for sure. Off they both bounce over differing curbs. And Jade Edwards got caught up in that, I think, as well. You didn't quite see it, but there she is out of the race.
Collard goes to the outside. There's one of the BMW. Oh. Yes, that's where it happened. That's where it happened. I think that's Stephen Jelly's BMW.
Yeah. A lot of learning to do this weekend, and that is musician Rick Parfitt having a wild old ride there. Who else do we have strive for on that lap? This was the Jake Hill Ash Hand moment. Ooh, take that.
Well, it was well saved by Ash Hand, wasn't it? Some good car control there.
This is Jade Edwards' view of what's going on ahead. George Gamble in the BMW on the inside. Dexter Patterson gets collected by him, and off he goes. Now, this was the Gamble and Patterson drama that we saw from on board Jade Edwards' car, with not a good lap for Sicily, was it? One BMW being the aggressor, the other being...
Yeah, he's alongside. That's with Gordon Shedden. Shedden tries to get the overlap back on the inside, gets into the rear three-quarter, and just continues to turn Morgan around. I don't think that's going to go down too well in the steward's office. Clerk of the course, Ian Watson will.
Bodywork is damaged, the suspension is all damaged, and Will Powell, another rookie to the championship, is out of this race. And we've got lots of tyre barrier damage.
Have a replay. Let's just see there. Exit of Lodge. Yeah, very similar instance to the Adam Morgan and Gordon Shedden, wasn't it?
Jade Edwards diving down towards Lodge Corner. George Gamble is up the road ahead, battling with Ollie Jackson, and they get themselves together, and the door is wide open, and Jade says, thank you very much.
Just forced Josh Cook wide. He nearly went off. There's lots of locking up. Jake Hill's gone straight on. Oh, a potential race winner. Cold tyres. He manages to get the car turned back on, but cold tyres into that. Oh, now we've got a big call. That's Dan Lloyd. That's Dan Lloyd been turned.
And that's Colin Turkington that's arrived on the scene as well. This is going to be an interruption for sure. It could well be a red flag. Others have gone off in avoidance. There is mayhem coming down over the brow of the hill. One with Turkington and Crease.
The initial movement is just, look, I mean, in fairness, Ricky Collard is right on the edge of the road, and they just get squeezed. Bang. I mean, Camish was very close, just got through. There was the first hit then from Turkington, second hit into the side from Creasy, but just a nasty looking accident, and I'm glad all the drivers have got out okay.
And a really wild old ride for Ingram.
This is Michael Creasy's car, so watch up the front and you'll see he's already slowing down. He's taken big avoiding action, and just catches the back. I hadn't seen that second impact. Looking from further back, she's going to be confronted with a whole load of action. She's backed right off, and got through cleanly.
That's Ricky Collard and Dan Lloyd up the road together. Dan Lloyd tries to move across from one side of the road to the other. Ricky Collard's already there, and the Hyundai gets turned around. Bang, there's the first hit into the barrier. He comes across the road. Ricky picked up a bit of damage in avoidance, but it all kicked off behind. Anything yet, and off the road has gone Osborne. He may have saved one drama, but he's not saved the second.
No, and I'm guessing Bobby Thompson's engine's probably overheated. That's why he's in there. They're looking, another front contact, this time with Tom Chilton. Who's already been in the walls this weekend.
Well, Taylor Smith has repelled Plato, but here comes Morgan in the BMW. He gets run out wide over the curb and onto the dirt, and they touch as they come back onto the road. Diving down, this is Jake Hill's view as there Dexter Patterson clatters up alongside Jade Edwards, and the two of them make contact. Which way does Hill go? He goes to the outside, and Jade Edwards gets turned sideways. Can she hang on to it? The car is fired onto the grass.
It was a session of 3 red flags. The first caused by Adam Morgan sliding off the road on his first flying lap.
Yellow flag wave, so he's sideways. Oh, that looked like Josh Cook or Jason Plato's Honda that had got into him and turned him sideways. We only saw the cut. Now here it is from on board.
Well out wide, coming through the exit of the Jim Clark S's. Now, was there a touch? Did he just lose it?
That was Jason's Honda.
That was Jason's Honda right on the rear three-quarter, so it might have been that car.
And that puts him to the back. That's where we picked it up. So Will Powell was off the road as well, but Adam Morgan had just had his drama. Let's have a look. This is why.
Yeah, he's already got the puncture there. Look, he saves it, but that moment across the grass.
Yeah, the top two pull away, and that's Aaron Taylor Smith, who's got it all wrong out of Hawthorne and the chicane in. And Aaron Taylor Smith walks away. Let's see if we can piece together exactly what happened to the Irishman then. This is on board with Adam Morgan, and that's Aaron Taylor Smith, and he's doing it all on his own. I think he's hit the bollards, and that's what's done for the suspension. On board here with Dan Camish in replay. Bobby Thompson ahead of him, and a big slide for Ricky Collard. Gets it wrong, and he's in the pit lane.
Whilst they're teammates in the sense they race for the same team, they're not teammates. Oh, another breakage. That's one of the Hyundais. That was in front of Jackson, wasn't it? So that's Gornall. That's Gornall.
Yeah.
And he's got another failure. That looked like another one. He's by far and away the winningest driver.
Now there's James Gornall in the replay. Goes wide, but he's already broken as he comes wide. So if he hit the curb, it would be with the right front at Clairvaux, but it's the left front that's broken as he runs out wide over the curb on the outside.
But he did have a side-by-side with Shedden through the hairpin at the end. Across the line with a 2-second lead already. Here comes Sutton up the inside. Does he get it on Chilton? They go off. Sutton's gone wide. He's let all the cars through. Has he got a puncture or a problem as well? Yes, he's got rear suspension damage.
There's the bang between them coming into Clairvaux. That's where the contact came. It was coming into the corner. There is an even bigger hit.
Yeah, the second one was the one that broke the tie rod on the rear suspension, which is almost off the ground. Here we see it. Oh, he's already got the puncture. Look, as he turns in, the tyre's gone. So it may be that he's clipped the inside.
Michael Crease has had another moment, and a big lose goes towards the field.
That is a big Co-Brown, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is a very fast part of the track to lose it at. There are differences in how the cars roll. That's Jade Edwards spinning, coming out of the chicane and taking one of the apex races. Take long. Oh, another off there. That's Jason Plato. He was off at Clark in qualifying. He's off again. Don't know if he had any assistance, but he may struggle to get. Oh, lock up, big lock up and into the back. Jake Hill locked up his brakes and went into the back. He needs to just be careful bringing that back to the pits.
Carstor, Power Max Racing, Vauxhall Astra had the tyre gone down already. Yes, I reckon it had, so that's what's caused the spin.
I think it was contact and then the car went sideways.
Gamble tucked in behind. It's 3 abreast further back and 1 car, 2 cars off into the gravel as Ash Sutton gets well up over 2 wheels into McIntyre's, but he's hanging on to second place.
Yeah, good even start, very much like the first one. Not much difference between front and rear wheel drive off the front of the grid. One of the motor-based boards, I think, going off there.
Yeah, so the Cooper just going into McIntyre's there. One of the Sicily Motorsport cars off, and that's the moment where the red Ford Focus left the road.
Yeah, and there was further contact for Will Power just going into the chicane, wasn't there? So that's obviously what caused it. If you watch further back, there's contact coming up now with Will there.
Yes.
Contact with one of the BTC cars that then has to take out the... can't see which car that was.
It was actually Will Power who got relay overtake from Tom Ingram. So this is on board with the carnage behind, and Will Power exiting stage left, ending up in the gravel. Ollie Jackson to your right in your shot.
But George Gamble through as well on Jelly.
Was that Ash Hand? Yeah, they were scrapping together in the lower order, and Ash Hand then trying to avoid Rick Parfitt, but everywhere he steered, Parfitt, Tom Ingram, although Ingram on the fight back already, there's contact, and Gordon Shedden and Ingram go towards the scenery. Masses and masses. Oh, and up on 2 wheels there, I think briefly with Dan Camish as well. That's majorly broken suspension because there's a great deal of smoke now coming from that Napa car.
Battling replay here. Ollie Jackson in the red Ford versus Aidan Moffat in the Laser Tools Racing damaged Infinity. Goes through and that elbows out the Ford all over the grass. And there also is Ricky Collard going out wide, and that's how Gordon Shedden was able to get the switch back and get the place. And on board with Josh Cook, Aidan Moffat ahead round the outside, big whack. That knocked Josh Cook into a big slide, and Aidan, let's have another look because it was a really big whack.
Yeah, so Butel goes for the inside. Cook can't turn in. Look, he knows he can't turn in. Whoa, nearly lifted up on 2 wheels, just as Moffat thinks, well, he should be going right now, so I can turn right. And of course, he just couldn't. It was an unfortunate situation, and yeah, fortunately the tyres did their job there to negate any further damage.
Let's have another look at how it all developed then. So Jack Butel tries to go around the outside of Patterson, bang, that fires the Hyundai out to the grass. Yeah. Between Ingram and Morgan. Now this is on board with Josh Cook, Sam Osborne just up the road ahead. And that was Jack Butel rejoining after his grassy moment. So it gives Josh Cook a play. Adam Morgan was having a go at Ingram as well. And who says that Colin Turkington can't get his elbows out when he needs to? Way out wide there has gone one of the Halfords racing with Cataclean Hondas. It looks like Gordon Shedden's car.
So this is Parfitt, I think we're going to see, yes, through Riches. Oh,
that's why the car's lightweight, because that's where the rear valve's got ripped off. Colin Turkington next up, so number 500 BMW, there's contact there. Butcher gets into Jelly, knocks him sideways. Jelly spins, and now is everybody going to be able to avoid him as the dust settles? He's on the lip of the road, but that was a bit brutal.
Yeah, he's behind at this point, comes out into an ever-closing gap, which is never really on, and Jelly is fired off.
It included whacking a curb at Allard that sent the Thruxton King onto the grass, which was Ash Sutton in the second Napa Racing Ford Focus. With more
for Ash Sutton to have a go on the inside, but they both attack the BMW. Contact, Cook gets fired sideways. Sutton goes second, Cook third. Now Cook second up the inside of Sutton, elbows out. It's all kicked off behind the leader. And there Josh Cook is tagged sideways. This could be the save of the day. He's off on the grass. He's back towards the tarmac. Contact though between Cook and Sutton has got an absolutely massive lead. His engineer, James Mundy, he never had a pole position as a BTCC engineer, as off goes Chilton onto the grass. The car tips on the 2 wheels, but keeps on sliding, so Chilton off the road. James Mundy then looking forward to a first victory now, having that first pole position with Dan Camish. The car got a massive lead. More mayhem into the chicane. Toyota on Vauxhall. They scramble through together. This is one of the most fractious first laps of the day I can remember.
Well, it's more like a race 3 start, is it? There's more action between the two of them as they rejoin the circuit. And that looks like a puncture on the Toyota, or maybe just body damage, but really fractious, more contact.
That's Ricky Collard.
Pushed Sutton a little bit wide, so he retaliated. Here we see a replay of Chilton going off. Wow, what a high speed. Well, everything going on there.
Both being attacked, you can see, by Ollie Jackson as they dive into Allard. And a big slide there for Jack Butel. Jade Edwards is off the road in avoidance, but goes through. She's brought the hoarding with her, but she's gained the place despite being on the grass. And now at the inside, look, and turning her sideways goes Jack Butel.
Slow in, build some momentum, work on the exit, try and get a run as the two cars go side by side. And he's going to get a really good run here. He could get both of them as they come out. That was perfect. 25 coming in.
Now replay here of Collard on Plato. There's the contact. Jason gets turned sideways. Through goes Collard, through goes Jackson, through goes Patterson.
Bounced to the left, it bounced to the right. He had no choice but to straighten out. This is what happened further back with Dexter Patterson getting tagged as he came out the corner by Jack Butel.
Big move there. Collard to the inside of Ollie Jackson. Ricky Collard gets sideways. Debris flies, he saved the moment.
This is what I expected. Great start from the two BMWs, though. How soon will Jelly let Turkington through?
That was Hill on the grass, the first of the two.
Jelly tried to defend really well, but just couldn't keep him at bay.
And Rory Butcher skipping the chicane and getting ahead of Tom Ingram, who also got rally crossing and Dan Rowbottom getting out wide, and George Gamble being turned around in the contact as well. So all kicked off at the chicane on that lap. And Colin, as we say, in every season knows how to back points. Adam Morgan is off the road, and I think Ash Hand has gone with him there, hasn't he? Yes, he has. So that is coming out of church. They've had a coming together, and that is not a place you want to be off the road.
No, and damage on the left front of Ash Hand's car suggests that he was looking up the inside. No, couldn't see from that angle.
Let's look back from Ollie Jackson's car. That is Ash going for the inside. He just gets into the back of Morgan, just into the back.
He mistimed it. He was trying to get the overlap on the exit of Church.
Through that left-hander, Rory Butcher getting away, but Ingram is being elbowed back, and he gets a big whack from the Fawners off the road. In the background goes the BMW. Now, first of all, let's see where Ingram has fallen to, and also catch up on the BMW. It was Colin Turkington, the championship leader, in real strife. Really difficult race too as well, doesn't it? Now that's Collard going out wide and was across the road. That's where we lost Turkington. I think he was just caught up in the traffic.
He just caught in the traffic, but
does this tell us who hit Colin Turkington? Ollie Jackson gets sideways. Independent incident, maybe. He saves the slide. This is Sam Osborne's view. He's about the only person that stayed on the track there as they head now up through. Constant contact ahead there. Jack Butel gets into Aidan Moffat, and the Infinity gets speared sideways. Thankfully keeps out of the gravel. BMW responding, he's getting quicker. That's the Aidan Moffat's demise. 3 into 1 did not go.
No, and
a few more points. Replay of more dramas here. Michael Priest being lent on. Jack Butel getting lent on, Sam Osborne getting lent on, Colin Turkington in the mix as well, clattering his way through, which perhaps expected. Sam Osborne's race has been a busy one, and this is Sam battling again and getting in strife with Ash Hand, who goes right the way around after contact into Beckett.
Wow, it was just, couldn't see what caused that, but just another angle that we get to see it at. Yeah, one of the Cupras involved as well.
Nick Hamilton, I think.
Yeah, but great driving by Jake Hill. Perfect timing, really good stuff. Tap at the back, that was
Nick Hamilton.
Nick Hamilton in the... Right, so Camish makes a better start. Cook comes across, there's contact initially, that swings Cook back out into Morgan. Contact at the first corner. Well, there was contact on the way. Morgan into the back of Cook. Cook just saves it, but through comes Ingram and Sutton on the inside. Coming into Beckett's on lap 1. Morgan locks up, gets into the back of Cook, and Ingram says thank you very much.
And another replay, have a look here at Gordon Shedden diving. He was in the middle, wasn't he? He had Morgan on one side, Hill on the other, and as he went sideways, then the car got into the side of Jake Hill. And this is how Rick Parfitt saw life going up towards Beckett's. Jade Edwards ahead, gets a tag. Oh, Will Powell involved as well, and...
Well, I think Rick got a whack in the back, because I heard a whack.
You can save some, you can't. You know, sometimes we've seen it going badly. That was the Parfitt, Powell, Edwards drama, all up at Beckett's.
And quite clearly, race 3-itis has hit the...
Right, this is the other incident. Now, let's see. Morgan gets a whack in the back, doesn't he, from Stephen Jelly, that puts him into the back of Turkington. So it was Jelly hitting Morgan, Morgan hitting Turkington, and the others, as we keep saying, trying to avoid Morgan.
And he will attack Butcher very hard. I think he'd have been happy with second. Here's what happened to Aaron Taylor-Smith. Contact coming out with one of the power-maxed Vauxhalls. Not sure which one that was. I think it was Ash Hanks. I think that's Michael Crease going through, but I could be wrong. And that put him into the inside barrier and broke the suspension. Well, you can see that gap in front of him. And look, Sutton comes across a little bit, having made a slightly slow start.
Left on the table here. Hill to the outside line. Thompson trying to fight him. There's yet more contact. Here comes Thompson again on the inside of Hill. This time he's going to get his nose in front, but he's on the outside line for Graham Hill. Bends. Sutton's trying to defend from everybody. Thompson round the outside of Hill, gets turned sideways. He's off the road, and up the inside comes Adam. Ollie Jackson out of the race. You can see the suspension damage. I said it looked a bit smoky a lap ago. And that's how Jackson got the damage. He got involved with Dexter Patterson, got turned round. Right, so, but this time he keeps his foot in. Jake Hill for third place. Yes, he's gone through, finally.
And a touch from behind. Ash Sutton is right out wide. He's hanging on. He's still got that position, side by side.
He, at the moment, waiting for the tyres to come alive. He's holding up a little bit the Honda, and they're being run out wide. That was Turkington, courtesy of Hill.
Yeah, well, it was... Oh, there's contact there. Somebody's coming back across the track.
That's Rowbottom, and he spins, and he's avoided somehow. That was a mega Code Brown moment, wasn't it? Cars scatter everywhere, and Dan Rowbottom has picked up suspension damage.
I think it was Turkington coming back onto the track, clipped the back of Dan Rowbottom, which turned him round. Fortunately, that was behind Ingram.
Side of Ash coming up the hill, he's on the grass. Sutton has got the world's widest forward focus. Nobody seemingly able easily to get past as Morgan gets turned around by Camish there, and Hill has gained another couple of places. And here's another look at it. That was Camish getting into Morgan.
Watch Ingram, he goes around the outside. Oh, so close. Camish could have collected him. On board with Ingram, he sees the incident taking place, goes outside, but had Camish turned sharp left, he would have tagged the back.
The rest of the field comes pouring over the line, and Tom Ingram has done it.
Well, he's been fourth in the championship twice.
A drama at the last corner, because we've got one of the Astras, Michael Crease, upside down. So drama right at the last corner of the championship. Michael Crease.
Just one lap before the end, his father Bruce went to the